This is a Silk exclusive.
Happy New Year's! Welcome to the first episode of 2019 of Words Music Dance. I'm your host as always, Paulie the Bull. You already know what it is, a 2021 vision across all social media. Check it out, subscribe, like, do all that good stuff. Please and thank you. Alrighty? Beside me, I have my sister, Tanea. She's been here before, you know what it is. And live via satellite, remote locations and things across the globe. You got Crystal. What up, Crystal?
Hi.
How you doing?
I am feeling good.
Right.
2019.
That's right. We starting off fresh, starting off from scratch. You know what I mean?
Vibe.
Very comfortable this episode. We just chilling. You know?
Reset button.
You know, no days off. We still working. We chilling in the crib. But that's how it is. It's how it's got to go. But ladies, how was your 2018? What are you looking forward to in 2019? Talk to me.
Crystal, you want to go?
My 2018 was full of lessons.
Okay.
That sounds very cliche, but it really was. I learned a lot about me. I learned a lot about other people. I think that for me, 2018, I don't want to say it broke me, but it broke me in a good way. Because now I don't have nothing to fear. There's no more doubt. 2019 is it. Let's just get it.
That's what's up. Naya?
2018 wasn't all bad for me. There were just, lessons, but I got hit with a lot of things that tested my patience on a personal level. A lot of things maybe 8, 9, 10 years ago that would have caused me to flip out and, go crazy kind of showed themselves this year, and I handled them a lot differently. So 2018 was a lot of growth. There was a lot of things that did happen, not major, but you know your own subtle changes, right? You know when you say I've changed, I've evolved, I'm doing good. I think 2018 for me was that testing year to say, okay, did you truly change? Did you truly evolve? Is this who you are? For me, mostly it had a lot to do. What really did it for me was the 2 car accidents back to back. Yes, I am, able to be I walked away from both of them, but just the mere fact of me being in North Carolina, my car is a major factor for me, right? I needed to get to and from work. I needed to get to and from the store. So it was just a big knock on me to have those 2 accidents. So you're thinking about that. Then you're thinking about, dang, now what am I going to do to get another car? How is all of that going to work? And oddly enough, all of that worked itself out. You know what I'm saying? And, it's, again, I know it sounds cliche like you said, but by the grace of God, that's exactly what happened. And I got the vehicle that I wanted, and I got, it was a 2018, and I'm comfortable and I'm happy. And I feel like that was my reward in essence, even though it was 2 car accidents back to back. But my reward was my health, my life, and ultimately getting the vehicle that I wanted out of it. So, it was some things at work. My family has been good. I think even though we didn't get to see each other as much as we wanted to this year, we did take time to see each other. Crystal, you and I saw each other at the top of the year. My brother came down twice. So, we making the efforts. We're working through it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. It's about just, pushing through and understanding where everybody else is coming from. So, I'm looking forward to 2019 from the standpoint of, all right, now that we done got these lessons and we done proved we learned them, now what? Can we actually start running now? Because I'm ready to run.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but for 2018, I got a lot of subscribers. Shout out to y'all. You know what I mean? A lot of views. Shout out to y'all. 2021 Vision is popping. Thank you for everybody that watched it, supported, shared, and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? But we just building and growing on that. Same thing. Lessons, of course. Nothing was perfect. You know what I mean? I learned some things to do, some things not to do. But all my energy has been going into that. An acronym I came up with was CLASS. It's something I want to start to use going forward. CLASS, all right? So I need everybody that watched the show to comment, to like, to share, and subscribe. And the A is for 2021 Vision, all right? Don't forget that. 2021 Vision. That's all social media. You know what I mean? Subscribe there as well. Comment there as well. And that's the perfect place to share it. Link it to all your friends and stuff. Let everybody know what's going on here, all right? That's what it's all about in 2019.
That's what it's all about.
You know what I mean? Class. Show some class. Be classy, baby.
Okay, Ron Burgundy.
Say classy, San Diego.
Ron Burgundy over here.
But so, Crystal, what you got going on for 2019? What we start? You got any resolutions?
I don't do resolutions because I don't keep them. So I don't feel like I should put myself through. I've learned at this point not to put myself through it because as the lady right next to you knows, we have done many resolution. But during that time, we decided we wasn't going to eat meat. I think I lasted like a day and a half or 2 days.
Shout out to the vegans out there.
We was only supposed to make it a week. I don't think you made it past 2 days before you was calling me at work talking about, is it over yet?
That was this year y'all did that?
No, this was sometime. This was before.
Oh, okay.
This was before.
So if no resolutions, y'all got any goals or anything for 2019?
I got a few goals.
Talk to me.
I got a few things that I'm working on. I'm trying to bring back the Boss Exchange. That's definitely happening.
So speak on that. What is the Boss Exchange? For those of my viewers that don't know, put them on to it.
So basically, the Boss Exchange is what I envision a place where knowledge and inspiration meet. So you have women, men who want to start businesses, want to start anything in their life, where you can have someone else can chime in and give you the inspiration and or the knowledge that you may not have had in order to take that next step. And we just want to support those people who want to start businesses. They want to do something new in their life. They want to make a change. They want to travel more. Whatever they want to do, we want to be able to have a forum to support that. So there are different aspects, of course there's the business aspect, but there's also the mindset and the lifestyle aspect, because for a lot of people, they want to just go and they want to just do, but I feel like you have to prepare your mind in order to take that next step first. You can't just take the step. You have to say, what do I need to clear out that I have going on now, that I need to get rid of, the people, the places, the things, all that stuff you need to clear out, because you can't get a blessing if the doorway is blocked with BS.
Message.
So you have to just clear that out. And I think that that's my whole vision for the Boss Exchange. It's a place where you can kind of clear that out, get inspired, get some knowledge, and then grow.
So do you have a website for it? Something where they can...
The website will be back up in March. I think I put a post on the Boss Exchange Instagram page that will be back in March. I'm working on some new content, trying to get some new things in so that it's fresh. And I now have the space. The crazy thing about it was that I didn't clear out my own space in order to do it. So I had to take all of 2018 really to do that. And it's a process like anything else. You can't just be like, oh, I'm going to cut out this one thing and now the world will open up and the universe will give me everything. That's not how it works. Not at all. So it's a process, and I had to go through that process, and now I'm really ready. I've learned some lessons. I know what to do, what not to do, and I just want to take the Boss Exchange to the next level where I always thought it should go.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So that's the goal. That's the plan for 2019. It's the focus.
That's one of the plans.
All right, Ned. What about you? What you got?
For me, I fell off of posting my daily inspiration quotes on Instagram. I know I didn't do it at all for 2018, and I kind of stopped about 2017. I'm gonna pick that back up again. On I'm also going to, I'm still working the kinks out about it, but a lot of people don't understand their rights as an employee, right? And so even if it's just a daily nugget that I drop, you know, in the midst of my quotes on Instagram and Facebook or what have you, even on LinkedIn, I'm going to start posting those little things that people don't realize. You know, yes, there are folks that are out here and I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a business owner, I'm this, and that's fantastic. But then there's that subset of people that really don't want to be a boss. They don't want to own nothing. They want to go to work, they want to do their job, they want to go home. And that population of people need to understand that just because your superior says X, that doesn't mean it's always right. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the population that I want to reach out to and help them understand their rights. I'm also trying to figure out how, working for the school system, how I can get involved in some of the CTE programs. There's the career track, and get into teaching resume writing, or at least showing them how to do it properly, proper attire to dress. It's the little things, you know. There's always folks focusing on, you know, what to say and how to say it. And I noticed down here in North Carolina and Charlotte, when I was interviewing, I went traditional, you know, blue suit, white shirt, black stockings, black shoes, hair pulled back. And when I walked in, it was almost as if people were shocked and surprised. You know, they're like, well, wait a minute, what position are you interviewing for? And I'm like, well, this
Boss.
is...
You gotta be the boss.
You know, I'm intimidating managers and VPs because I'm coming in this format. And so they think I'm technically coming in for their job. And I was like, no, I'm coming in to support you. Isn't that the position we have open? Right. So, you know what? You know, at first I was like, okay, well, maybe I need to tone me down. I'm like, well, no, let's reverse that. Let's teach everybody how to bring it back up again. So you appreciate someone and put yourself in a better standing. You want this job? Go get this job. Don't walk in with your saggy baggies. Don't walk in with your leggings on and your hoodie. Do you have a job application? No. Show these people what you really mean business. I'm going to come in, I'm going to be on time, I'm going to be professional. Because no, they don't owe you anything other than your paycheck for the time that you work. But if you don't look like you're going to put in real time, then they're going to shoot you at the door. No, we good.
Just bust up in it. Y'all niggas hiring or what? What up?
No.
I get a job out this morning?
So those are some of the things that I'm looking at. It's empowering those that may not be ready to go to the boss level. And, you know, these little nuggets help you get to that next level too. You know what I'm saying? So that's some of the stuff that I'm looking at. And I'm also working on some stuff at work as well, because I've come to the realization I can tell people things that we need to do to make better, but it's not gonna matter unless they actually see it. And so I'm working on some programs to help folks understand what we do in our department and how we flow. So my first training session is the 17th of January, and I'm pretty excited about it because it's actually the first time that I'm, one, putting together a training program, and two, actually delivering it. And I have no desire to be a teacher, but if it makes us as a whole better, I'm happy to stand in front of the group and do it. So that's kind of like quarter one, quarter two for me. And then, you know, trying to figure out what my other side hustle is going to be.
That's what it's all about. I mean, you know, that's what's up. So we got a busy 2019 coming up, family.
We do.
You gonna make it happen out here.
We do.
Yeah,
we do.
I'm with it. So for those, I don't know if y'all watched it or not, but me and homie Big John, shout out to Big John, we did a special last week called The Hands of Time. We did the review for the music, the movies, and highlights and things like that. So did y'all see it? Did I get support from?
Of course.
Okay, all right. Just make that was the test. That was the test. Just making sure.
What you mean?
Well, so I want to ask y'all, you know, what did we get everything right? Did y'all disagree, agree, or what music did we miss? Because I know y'all more R&B than we are. What movies we might have missed?
I definitely couldn't hit y'all up on the music side because I barely listen to music. And I'm in the car with Mia and she got the aux. Well, I don't even have an aux anymore, but she Bluetoothed in. So I'm listening to whatever she's listening in.
Okay.
And a lot of stuff that she listens to is not mainstream yet. Or it's what we would call underground or now today SoundCloud. But it's some good stuff. I'm terrible with names of artists and songs, so I can't run you a
It's a
list.
little young.
No, it's
young
not a
boy,
little, and it's actually
ABC.
females.
Okay, so it's a doll.
No, she's not a doll.
Oh, okay.
It's not a doll.
Oh, okay. We're gonna get Mia to get the exclusives. Get that later.
You know, and it's some of the stuff, and I find myself bopping my head to it, mainly because I understand what they saying.
That's always a good
because I can't understand the lils and the dolls, because everybody talk like they got little marbles in their mouth.
For sure.
I can't do that.
For sure.
So,
Crystal, what about you? What music you listen to?
I mean, I thought you guys were pretty. I thought it was I thought it was really good. Again, I am not a music person. I'm like the last of the Mohicans. Like, I can't with the new music. It's like nails on a chalkboard at this for me. And so I stick to my old favorites. You know, I recycle my Carl Thomases, my 112s, my Trey Songz, my Chris Browns, you know.
Yeah.
That's what I do because it relaxes me. A little HER or her or whatever she want to call herself, the girl with the you can't see her face. Love her. Love her. Yeah, but I can't. With the littles and the dolls and the boopsies and the little Uzis and the 69s and the texts and the XXXs.
I cannot.
Okay.
And I feel like I'm not supposed to, and that's okay. It's okay. I'm not supposed to. That's all right.
Not my bag.
Right.
Well, I'm glad I got y'all here because the homie Jaquees made a statement the end of 2018 that he was the king of R&B. So I think initially he said for this generation, but then he
can't be the king of this generation.
He elevated it to just the king of R&B, and
over.
Yeah, and he told Keith Sweat. He told Keith Sweat, "I'm the king of R&B."
Now, mind you, you know, I've never been a real fan of Keith Sweat, even though he's family.
That was Daddy, right? Well, but Daddy was a fan.
He's
and
a second, third cousin.
He used to date my mom. Sorry.
Great projects.
So, you see what I'm saying?
We know him.
We family here.
Yeah.
But you know, even Keith Sweat didn't necessarily say he was a king.
He was the king of begging.
Right. But even in that conversation with him and Jaquees, he didn't say he was the king.
Right.
He just looked at him like, little boy, you crazy as hell. Let me go get this bag. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even going to entertain you in this nonsense.
Yeah.
I don't even know who Jaquees is. And you gave me the little link to my beloved,
Yes, ma'am.
my beloved song.
So before y'all get there, because we in the era of trolling. So 2018 was a year of trolling. So him making that statement brought a lot of attention to him, and instead of him dropping an EP, a hit single or something, he decided to remake Soul For Real's Candy Rain. And we all seen it. So talk to me.
But see, this all stems from him remaking, not necessarily remaking, but kind of remixing LMA's song.
Yeah.
And so he unofficially added a verse and posted it, and people liked it. And so because people liked it, he thought that gave him carte blanche. That's what I'm gonna say. And so then he went and recorded and mastered it and attached himself to her song. But her people was like, nah, little niggas, you need to chill because we didn't authorize this.
But that's what I mean. Like, once he finally got all eyes on him
again,
and he got the chance to show what he can do, he chose to remake Candy Rain.
Right. And
so that was the mistake. I know about the whole remix of LMA, and that was still look at me. He finally got the eyes on him And that was what he came with. So, what did you think of his remake? First with the video, with the steps.
I really wish I could have the capability of reaching into my TV and smacking the shit out of him. Primarily because one, you got dancers in the background that were uncoordinated. Somebody had their hand up, somebody had their hand in the middle, somebody had their hand down. Now, me being a dancer, that offended the hell out of me. Being a dancer, it offended me because we practiced choreography till we were all uniformed. Okay? And if somebody had a line, a step, a arm, a foot, a toe out of place, you did it again. So his choreography was disgusting. Okay? We supposed to be making one line with everybody's behind you because you got on the black suit and they got on white shirts, and I can see all 5 of them behind you. What are we doing?
Well, he's not that tall either.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. The background was white. Okay. I wasn't supposed to see nobody arm sticking out like this behind you. We wasn't supposed to be doing that.
He the king, though.
So you out here doing what you said, Crystal? New edition dance steps.
Pretty much. That's what it reminded. That's what it was. Looked like the goal was. I mean, Candy Rain. The Soul For Real video was kind of microphone 2 steps and 2. So. And
they was choreographed.
Yeah.
They were organized. Even though they was all different heights. They were uniform. Okay. Then you got the nerve to change the words.
Changed the lyrics up. Gave his own lyrics.
Some BS in the beginning. Who asked you? Asked you. There is nothing in the beginning of Candy Rain. It's dun 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 dun. That's all you need.
We don't need
the nonsense. We don't need that. We don't need the background. Didn't need it. Didn't want it. Okay. And another thing, because he is short, I take a special offense to that. Me being 5'1.5", don't cheat me out my half.
Go ahead, do you?
Okay. You should not be out here making a mockery of anything. Okay.
I don't know if he was making a mockery. I think he thought he was doing the thing. That's what I said. In my mind, he should have been capitalizing on the moment. I got their attention. We in the era of trolling. I'm getting looks and views and looks at me. Let me put this on YouTube, because he put it on YouTube. And to me, I noticed the damn steps and all that. But I'm like, okay, if you was the king of R&B, I heard him sing, and I'm like, he sounds bad.
Terrible.
He sounded flat. He sounded
terrible.
He didn't hit no notes.
Terrible.
The original singer who was nasal and going through puberty sounded better than he did.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
he wasted everybody's time.
The song in and of itself is still, you could go to a party and someone can put on dun, 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 and people will get hype for the correct version. I think that if you went to a party and they added this song in, everyone on the dance floor would stop and be like, what in the hell? What is this?
No.
This is not my song.
Oh, this ain't it.
And then you like change up the, my.
he threw in the umbrella, Ella.
Oh! So you are a rip-off artist. You ripping off everybody and their mama and their grand Aunt Sally. You're doing all of this ripping off of other people, but you the king. If you the king, you original. No?
Even his original lyrics were horrible. I could even give you credit if you made original lyrics that were decent, but I don't even know what you were talking about. It made absolutely no sense. Now, mind you, this individual, if I remember correctly, has 2 albums out right now, but neither of them have gone wood, okay? He's still living off the hype of BED, but all these newbies is out here being prima donnas, and you didn't put any work in.
See, okay, we've had this millennial conversation on the last call. There is this overarching theme of not putting work in. And wanting all of the praise. So in this case of this poor deluded soul, it's look at me, look at me. It's like, you know, a 5-year-old that the little boy who pulls your hair and then runs away, and then you be like, what, nigga? And they be like, hey, 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 hey. And you pull my hair for what? Like, you got my attention. Now, what do you go? First of all, it's not even like a 5-year-old. It could be like a 40-year-old man. I know. Whatever. I'm going to leave that. I'm going to leave that in 2018. Right?
Leave it over there.
But it's the same premise. It is, you know, let me poke at you, do this, do that. I'm going to do the bare minimum as the ill-placed verse and the horrible melodic, if you want to call it that, train wreck of a song. First of all, that is that's like doing some shit to the national anthem. That's like, jeez.
Pretty much.
It's nothing sacred.
Not these days.
Not
For real. It's so for real.
That's what I said. I told Paul, I said, that is me and Crystal song when you have been drinking and you're not quite drunk yet. But you know, if you drink that one more drink, it'll take you over. But the night is almost over, and then that comes on, and you be like, "Oh, that's my jam!"
Like, can you stand the rain? Like all of those things. Like if you touch those things, people should come after you. I don't understand why.
And I want to reach through the TV and smack them in the face.
Jesus.
All right, y'all, don't get too violent now. The boy only about 5 feet tall.
I can take them.
I know. I know. That's why I said don't hurt him.
Appeal. If you did something to whip appeal,
Oh,
Your career is shot. It's dead. Don't even bother. Don't even bother. Just don't.
Woo.
Just don't.
So if he's not the king, who is?
Of R&B right now.
Okay, we'll go with right now, because that's a discussion.
Okay. Right now?
Right now.
Chris Brown.
Chris Brown? Who you got?
I second that.
Chris Brown.
Now okay, all right. I mean, I'm not gonna argue with y'all. That's not, you know, I mean, I don't think anyone's taken his crown. I don't think anyone has done what he did the last couple of years, about a decade. How
A little bit more than that.
Yeah, I mean, but at least, you know, holding it down. He's held it down even through the situation with Rihanna, and,
which I stood by.
which was a step back. He would have been bigger.
King, because even though he beat that girl's ass,
Allegedly.
They was in a sports car, a Lamborghini. He's about 7 feet tall. The car whipped her ass. He didn't do it. Okay.
She might have hit him first. We don't know. We wasn't there.
The car caused a lot of that damage.
Allegedly, whatever the case may be,
caused a lot of that damage.
there are a lot of people who cannot go through allegations of domestic violence and still make me want to buy a ticket for a concert.
Yes, because I was a little mad. He was here, but where they wanted to sit us was in the grass, almost outside the arena, and I was like, I'm not doing that.
Into his show had to be a couple years back. There are people who are good singers, and there are people who put on
A show. Yes.
Chris Brown puts on a show.
Yes, he does.
Now he
For
was
a whole 2 hours. Like, it ain't just. It ain't.
Yo, he was okay. It was that Trey Songz, Chris Brown tour, which, you know, you can go to the bathroom on the Trey Songz part. I love you, Trey, but
There's a couple songs you can leave and come back. Yeah.
you go get something to eat.
Yeah.
When Chris Brown comes on, you right there. No, you was right there popping. You was locking. You was in it.
Funny you bring up Trey Songz. Recently, he hasn't been in the news for music, but he been in the news for other things. So now I'm not too familiar with the situation. That's y'all thing. So Naya, tell me what's going on, what the girl name is, what the situation is. This is the Love and Hip Hop section of Words Music Dance. So talk to me.
So apparently, a female entertainer, because this is what they had on the internet, that she is an adult entertainer.
Now there's two different types. There's strippers And it's porn stars.
And they just called her an adult entertainer.
She a porn star. She busted wide open on TV.
Okay, I'm just gonna tell you what they said.
She busted wide open.
So
She busted wide open.
And now, mind you, this is only my opinions.
Mm-hmm.
This is, nobody else's opinion or views.
You got that down there at the bottom, the disclaimer.
Sure, that's
Okay.
always there. That's always there.
So apparently, this young lady named Brittany, okay, has recently surfaced and said, first she initially said that her and Trey Songz was in a relationship even while he was with Laura Harvey. Now, Laura Harvey is his new girlfriend that we found out about thanks to the media and the paparazzi following around from the restaurant, watching them get in the car. They always do the famous hood shot where they catch you ducking and the driver going. So they got one of those. And so it came out that, he was dating Laura Harvey, right? Mm-hmm. So after it's finally out, he's like, fuck it, it's out. We at the club, we here, I'm posting pictures, it don't matter. He posted pictures. Mm-hmm. This his woman, okay? Now, we ain't seen Trey with a woman in a long time. Trey been solo dolo for many, 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 many years, okay?
Thought he was gay.
He been solo dolo for many, 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 many years. And now he has a girlfriend again that he's publicly, out here with. Mm-hmm. Well, originally, some men were in their feelings about him being with Laura Harvey.
Specifically?
Future.
Mm-hmm.
He posts and he says, you ducked too late. But it's all good though. Right. Because apparently he dated Laura. Or Lori, excuse me.
He dated Steve Harvey's child. I don't believe it. Steve was like, oh no, nigga. Oh hell no.
There was another person from, I think, California that got a little tickle out of the fact that she was with Trey also. I don't remember who it was. Neither here nor there. So now everybody knows they're together. Okay? And there was rumors that he was messing with said Britney girl, the adult entertainer. Well, now she comes out and she says, well, he was dating her when he was dating me while he was dating her. Nobody put a specific timeline around when him and Lori started dating, because as far as we know, it's pretty new. But okay. Then she comes back and she starts posting all of these text messages and conversations and back and forths. And you're going to put the man's business out there and says, well, the reason why me and Trey, we worked is because we both like the same freaking things. Okay. We're not really alarmed that he's a freak, because, you would think I invented sex. Mr. Still Your Girl. Most of his lyrics are most of his lyrics are hypersexual. So yeah, we're not shocked and surprised. So when she wasn't getting any traction from those, lo and behold, she comes out with a sonogram and says she is pregnant, or tries to allude to being pregnant with Mr. Trey Songz' child. And upon further inspection, because contrary to what most people may believe, there are quite a few people out in the world who have had children and who have copies of sonograms and knows what an actual sonogram looks like. Upon further inspection of said sonogram, said, oh, you crazy. This is a fake. You reaching. Okay? And it says that the sonogram is showing that you 2 to 3 weeks pregnant. And the thing, you don't know if it's a tumor, a pebble, a grape in the stomach. You don't know what that is.
You don't know what it could be.
You don't know what that thing is in that sonogram. So nobody took it serious. So at the point where she just couldn't get no traction, no love, now she comes back with, I just wanted to hurt him as much as he hurt me when he told me it was over.
Let me say this. Okay. News break. A woman is hurt by a man. Get to the back of the fucking line. Okay. There's a line. Get to the back. You're gonna post. First of all, I just feel like it's so sad. It's so sad. First of all, it's too much. Okay. There's posting the text messages. All right. The sonogram. I said
Overkill. She shot herself in the foot with that one.
And then she had one of the posts had over-the-counter prenatal vitamins.
Yes.
You could have got that at CVS, bitch. Like, how do we know that that's...
Yes, that's what I said when I seen it. I said, well, your doctor didn't prescribe you prenatals? Because your doctor prescribes you prenatal based on your chemical type and what you need. So you just gonna get some random prenatals? Which is merely a multivitamin. It's just a multivitamin.
That's it. I feel like it's enough. Like, you doing too much. First of all, he ain't even checking for you. He not respond. He
No.
like, what you want? What you want from me? I got a picture of my girl's crusted toes on my face, so you know I'm not checking for you. So why are you doing this?
And I'm happy.
Like, you got to be to put her feet on your face and for it to be posted.
And you caressing said foot.
First of all, if I ever put a man's foot on my face and post that shit, we is married. Okay, we got to be married or something. There's got to be something.
Yes, I agree.
It's not my boyfriend. This got to be my husband. As a matter of fact, this got to be my husband. I'm already on the insurance. I'm already on the life insurance. Like, all of that, my name is on. So I'm locked in.
Yep.
Okay,
We got mortgage, we got property, we got stock bonds. We locked in.
we got joint checking accounts.
Yeah.
So, with the foot, girl.
I'm telling you, she saw that picture and it sent her over the edge because she thought it was going to be her. I don't know how you thought it was going to be you, because at the end of the day, the last girl that he publicly dated, which was over a decade ago, maybe a little bit more, she was polished and refined. So what made you think that you was going to be...
This is like the catfish thing. You
Sure.
know? When people go on catfish and they look like all to be damned, but they talking to some green-eyed, light-skinned muscle and talking about we in love. Station. You have to expect that that man is not who you talking to, because what in the fuck would he be doing with you over in Saskatchewan?
Why y'all only seeing each other in secret and quiet? Y'all ain't go out in public and date.
None of this. We got none of this.
You got none of this. You ain't getting no outside dinner. They brought you takeout, Mr. Childs. You didn't go sit at Mr. Childs.
You know, photos with you and Trey Songz. There's nothing. So the relationship was not as whatever that you thought it was.
I would
That somebody else told you on social media that your shit was over was a clear indication that the relationship was not what you had thought it was.
Thank you. Exactly.
So as of now, the air is clear. I guess she giving up. She crying.
She ain't got no choice.
Here's my thing. I hope she made a little bit of cash off of these.
She ain't make no money.
It was only what, 2-3 days?
It happened in the span of 72 hours. She ain't make no money.
Well, then she definitely ain't with her. She not smart. You're not smart.
She didn't
You
make
want to sell your private text messages? She should have texted his phone. Put the phone number up there. Let's call Trey ourselves. Hello, Mr. Soul.
You shouldn't have let them put a picture of you with purple aquamarina hair, okay? Again, this is Trey Songz, okay? I know he may have told you, girl, I like this in private, but that ain't the picture that you want to post. That's just like you don't want somebody to post your mug shot.
No, honey.
Okay. Okay. You want them to post your school picture.
No.
And
Okay.
the only picture they showing of her is this picture with this aquamarine hair.
Yeah, we don't care. We don't care about how she look. I mean, that picture is just,
But her look, it shows, it tells you exactly what was going on.
Yeah.
You were for fun. This is
she got caught up. That's the whole thing about, people, let's go with the flow. Let's nothing serious right now. Somebody gonna catch some feelings. That's what always happens. Somebody gonna catch some feelings and forget what the initial plan was. And she was the one.
She ain't getting no coin though. She ain't getting no coin.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's stupid.
She ain't getting no coin. She can go back to her day job or night job or whatever time of the.
Busting it wide open.
And then how about my 16-year-old showed me the website where you can go and get fake sonograms for $20.
First of all,
Okay, that's
what is
scary.
that even
Thing. I feel like that is just blasphemy. Like that is so beyond.
Let me know about that.
And you could pick and choose how many weeks or far along you are.
That's terrible. Who's flashing? I wish I had that shit back in my day, man.
That's why I don't like this world, man.
Back in my petty days, what? What? I'd be living in a mansion, right? But like, listen, I can go take care of this if you give me some money.
Yeah, the internet's a scary place, man. I don't like that at all. That's that.
But I'm a better person now. I'm over that.
You have grown and evolved.
That's good. That's good to know.
I have grown and evolved. Now I'll just beat you. Like I'll just beat you. I'd rather do that.
You gonna cut that part out. You incriminate yourself in any criminal activities. But speaking of the internet, growing and evolving on the internet, nowadays the internet don't let you grow and evolve because Kevin Hart, who was picked to host the Oscars for 2019, being now that he has grown and evolved, people found old tweets from like 10 years ago and wanted him to apologize for the statements he made against terms that now are sensitive to the LGBT plus QA community.
elemental P?
And I just want to know, is the internet and the world that we live in now too sensitive because of the climate of what you can and can't say? And go ahead, Crystal.
I'm gonna bow out of this because I don't like Kevin Hart no way, and I didn't want to see him for 3 hours on my television. Good riddance.
But he had originally apologized for those tweets some time back already.
The thing is, everyone keeps saying that, but no one found the apology.
Was it written, I think?
I don't know. No one has found any evidence, video.
So let me rephrase that. It was said
Right.
that he apologized.
He said he apologized. We don't know who he apologized to. And again, he didn't owe me an apology, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know who he apologized to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But everyone just was under the assumption because he said I had apologized already. He might have retweeted that afterwards, but I'm not digging through them tweets.
Right.
Whoever found those tweets should have seen the next one said, my bad, I shouldn't have said
Which
that.
at this point, I really feel like somebody was holding on to a piece
for
of
sure.
stuff because I feel like after if we talk about at least a decade ago that these tweets was done.
Because I think there's an
Who's
app.
digging that
I think
deep?
there's an app that you can go back years, but you still got to go into that year and still scroll.
Right.
So I don't know how specific people can find these old tweets and stuff, but
I almost feel like it's a screenshot that somebody tried to use that they held on to and felt like I'm gonna use it when the time is right type
and then
situation.
Nick Cannon brought up some tweets from some Caucasian female comedians using the F word and using some other terminology to show that these words are used over here. Y'all don't say nothing. And like you said, I think I think they were digging because he got picked for the Oscars. So I don't think their tweets would have came up until they were able to do something
I
or
don't
something
think
like
they
that.
would have ever came up because they're Caucasian females.
And I don't know. We don't know. But I think that was the point that Nick Cannon was trying to make. But it's just it's tweets, old tweets, and like you said, you've grown and matured. Kevin hasn't said anything like that since then. So that means within that time span of 7 years or whatever,
he's grown.
He's grown.
He's changed.
Well, he hasn't grown. He's still short as shit. But
He's matured.
Yes.
My thing is this: at a certain point in your life, because of evolution, points in times play a big factor in a lot of things, right? Because the things we said and did as children, we won't say and do now as adults.
Right.
The things we said and did, in our 20s, we don't necessarily say and do now in our 40s.
Right.
So, and to be around people that do things that we did and said in our 20s, and we look at them today and we go, what is wrong with you? Or are you serious right now? Because you should have evolved. And if that's the place that you at, you still stuck 20 years ago, okay, then I can't deal with you. Right? Why is it that we can go back and pull stuff up from 20 years ago, and because his name is on it, say, that's you? But what evidence do we have of that presently? We don't have any.
Right.
So it's almost like every little single solitary thing we say or do is weaponized.
Well, that's the problem with the digital footprint. Anything you tweet, anything you post, is stored somewhere. I mean, Google used to have, I forgot what it was called. It was like a Google, repository or something. Like, even though you deleted something, it was still like a Google trail of it. Since then, I haven't really seen that. But like I said, there's apps that can go through to specific dates on, on Twitter, maybe something like that, or somebody just had some time to just scroll. You know what I'm saying? But if you said it, and it's scaring a lot of people now. A lot of people are looking like, let me go back to my old tweets and do some deleting. You know what I'm saying? Because you just don't know who is going to come out one day and say, well, I got this screenshot from something you said back in 2010.
Well, if you don't say nothing that don't need, like again, social media, oh gosh. Social media should not be a direct repository from your brain out. There should be something that is a gateway that says, should I post this or should I not post this? If you think that you're going to become somebody, if you want to be somebody and you want to go somewhere, you better wake up and stop posting and tweeting all that shit.
and Kevin's not to defend Kevin, but the fact of the matter was that one, it was 7 years ago. Nobody really knew it would be like this, and two, it was him and I think Damon Wayans Jr. somebody or Marlon, one of them was joking
with each other.
So they was going back and forth joking. So it's us playing the dozens, but in
remember
public.
when they were doing that.
Yeah, it might have been him and Marlon. I think it was him and Marlon or something like that.
I remember when they were doing that.
So they were, and in their mind, they were entertaining us watching.
Right, and they were having a back and forth. Kind of like if you were on the block and you see
That's what I'm saying. They were playing
going
the dozens.
back and forth, playing the dozens.
They were playing the dozens, but on Twitter, and it was for our entertainment, because that was when Twitter was still a new thing.
Right.
Because Twitter used to be all about the trending topics and the jokes and Mike Epps and Kevin and then so and so and this person. It was just going back and forth. So it was a different time then. A lot more people, Fabulous was more active on Twitter at the time. A lot of people realized I need to fall back from Twitter because this is getting dangerous. So that's what I'm saying. Like the timing, people. It took some time. It took celebrities and famous people to realize what that could be used for when their main, their original plan was entertainment.
Right.
It was a way to connect to my fans directly. Mm-hmm. It wasn't just the label or so and so saying, "Hey, we're gonna be in such and such. Come down." That it was me saying it directly. "Hey, thank you for coming, retweeting, reposting. I love you. I love you back." It was that. But then it turned into now. Fast forward. Well, you said this. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people pulled back from Twitter and other social media, because of that. And so it's like at that time we didn't know we would get to this point where anything you say or do would be used against you in the court of public opinion online.
You know what though? A lot of this, and I know people are gonna be like, "Where's she going with this?" But a lot
Where
of
you going with this?
Stems from from the kind of the inception of sexual harassment, and from you being physically around a situation, somebody not necessarily harassing you,
you mean
directly.
Like the jokes saying
No, not the jokes.
What?
The ruling behind getting someone in trouble. So me, you, and Crystal can be in the room together. You could be talking directly to Crystal, right? And she's not offended by what it is that you're saying.
Right.
She's perfectly fine with it. She's laughing. She's fine. But I'm offended. But because I'm offended, I can go and say, I'm offended that he had this verbal, or he said this, that, and the third to Crystal.
Right. Those HR classes that we had to have to talk about.
Yes.
You got to be careful when you're in the break room.
But it's not just that. I'm saying it stems from that. They're using the same technology or mindset that just because a word is said, I'm offended. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you directly. I'm not even talking to your population of people. But because that word or phrase is said, I'm offended.
Social media is now the break room of the world.
Exactly.
So we got to be wary of the conversations we have
at the water cooler.
What we say at the water cooler,
which is now my cell phone.
Because everyone is listening and watching.
The water cooler is now my cell phone. Because now everybody is watching, and as soon as you say one thing, oh, he said this. Oh, how dare you? You're against the LGBT. That I wasn't even talking to you. I didn't even mention you. I don't even know you.
And you ain't even LGBT.
Right.
That'd be the thing too, because people are offended for somebody else.
Straight and you mad.
Yeah.
Why are you mad? You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing with the use of the N-word, which is the Chris Rock situation.
Right. So that was another situation that was about 7-8 years ago.
Right.
There was a video that resurfaced again of Louis C.K. saying the N-word. Well, basically, it was a conversation between Louis C.K., Chris Rock, Seinfeld, and I forgot the other dude on the far end. But Chris Rock was saying.
He's the blackest white guy I fucking know. And then all the negative things we think about black people, this fucker.
You're saying I'm a nigger?
Yes, you are the niggerest fucking white man I have ever.
Amazing. I don't think he could do that.
What?
I don't think he has those qualities.
Only two. You don't even understand.
Really?
You don't really know him like I've worked with him.
No, like your bit about.
I wouldn't use it anywhere.
No, exactly. These two.
We
use
say
that
nigger on stage.
On stage.
You guys don't. That's an
that's
interesting
the
two teams
that's
here.
the difference between
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
We
can
say
pair
nigger on
up in
stage. You
different
guys
ways,
don't.
but that's definitely a pairing. Who
We
says
say-
nigger on stage? We don't.
Well, you just did.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah.
You and me say
No,
nigger
no,
in
no,
private.
no.
These two guys don't. I don't believe he says it in private
I've
much.
given it up just because it's played.
I don't believe it's. I don't think you've ever said it probably in your life.
No,
I don't
never.
think. No. Yeah, that's it. That's a huge difference between you and me, I think.
Well,
That's what I've said
you
it.
found the humor of it.
Yeah.
I haven't found it.
Right.
Nor do I seek it.
Again, this is an old video that resurfaced recently on the internet. So again, we don't know who the originator of these posts are that bring up old stuff
They just
and
show up.
reignite
They
these
just show up.
issues. But I want to know y'all take on that as well, because this also ties into it's the internet, things resurfacing, but the N-word, Louis C.K. saying it, Chris Rock not having an issue with it, who's Chris Rock is the originator of.
I'm offended we have to sit here and say N-word.
I'm saying,
To be honest.
I'm saying.
To be perfectly
I don't
honest.
correct nobody's talk on it. I'm just saying that's just, say it. Go ahead, say it, nigga.
N-word. I don't. It even sounds funny coming N-word.
N-word. Right.
A lot of effort.
I'm trying to host a show and be politically correct a little bit.
I understand.
Because if these tweets and stuff resurface, I'm the one getting in trouble. Okay?
And I will stand right there with you and say, mind
And then we
your
both in trouble.
goddamn business.
That don't help you in the court of law. I'm losing a 2021 vision needs to be correct in this world. All right? I'm not me tooing nobody.
We are correct.
I'm trying to.
Here's my thing, but here's the thing about it.
The N-word, the F word. We don't drop those bombs. Go ahead,
You
nigga.
don't? Because I know I done said nigga about 4, 5, 6 times.
Right, at least. I done said something. You know, I'm a certified sailor, so.
So Louis C.K., the writer and director of Pootie Tang, he has made jokes on stage using, saying nigga. Chris Rock knows him very well, and Chris Rock, the originator of the comic bit about there's niggas and there's black people, and differentiating the two. So they already both understand what that means, and that's why Louis C.K. says, "Yeah, I'd be a nigga if I was black." So, or he just said, not if I was black, he just said I'm a nigga. You know what I'm saying? So, do we need to be sensitive about that?
I'm guessing the issue is probably the Jerry Seinfeld side. Not Jerry Seinfeld is Seinfeld. I mean, there's driving in cars with comedians. There's a backing. There is a wave of cash that follows Jerry Seinfeld around, and to protect the bag, the Netflix bag, the syndication bag. I can't be in a room with niggas. Now, I can be in a room with comedians, I can be in a room with black people, but I don't know if I can be in a room with niggas. So, I get that. I get why he would be a little like, even if Jerry was down behind closed doors, I'm sitting in a room and there's the possibility, like anything else, when your mama come in the room, you kind of sit up just a little bit, sit up just a little bit. So I get it. I need to protect my money.
Right.
Whereas Louis C.K. and Chris Rock, I mean, did you see Tambourine? I mean, yeah. They don't got nothing to worry about. Like, they chilling.
But my thing was, people was coming after Chris Rock and saying he got to explain it, and how could he just let this happen? I mean, no, he don't. No, he don't. Because
there's a thing going on where everybody feels like, oh, you need to explain to me why you feel the way you feel. Like on Facebook, if you post something and I don't agree, you got to tell me why. Like, I got to understand. You could get the fuck off my page.
Exactly.
That happens to me all the time.
Exactly.
You don't have to understand
anything.
Nothing.
I don't.
At this juncture, we all are of age, got our own places, doing our own thing. I don't gotta explain to my grandmama. I don't gotta explain shit to you.
Exactly.
Nobody.
thank you. I don't even know you, so I definitely don't have to explain nothing to you.
So let me ask y'all, do y'all have any white people that say nigga around y'all?
Fuck no.
No.
She thinking about it.
No, I don't.
They are not that crazy.
No.
That's crazy.
Okay. But do you understand Chris Rock's point of view?
I do, because I understand his definitions and his explanation.
Mm-hmm.
And if he's had that conversation with Louis C.K. or other people for that matter,
Mm-hmm.
and they understand his perception of it, because I truly believe Chris Rock would check somebody if they use it inappropriately.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You understand my meaning behind it, what it means to me, where I come from, how it relates to me. Okay? So you can't just come in and say, this nigga cut me off on the side of the road. That's implying, well, was he black or white? You feel what I'm saying? Well, you know, he was a nigga, it was black. No. Chris Rock is gonna lighten your ass. You feel what I'm saying? However, if you say, this nigga cut me off on the side of the road and flipped me off, little white trash. Now I know he's really a nigga, because he cut you off, he was white, and he did some dumb shit by flipping you off with the cutoff. You feel what I'm saying? It's the dynamic of it. And I don't feel like Chris Rock owes anybody anything. Chris Rock was very comfortable in the conversation because he knew who he was talking to. And the folks in the room, other than Jerry Seinfeld, were comfortable in the conversation because they knew, hey, listen, maybe Jerry wasn't aware of that dynamic.
Right.
And that's fine. And even with him being aware, maybe he still wasn't comfortable with it.
Right.
Again, that's okay. That's fine. The only person that truly had something to say in the room was Jerry Seinfeld. And in the moment, he could have said, hey guys, maybe we should walk away or step away from that topic. That's a little...
I think that's what he wanted to say. I think that's what he was trying to. He felt uncomfortable about it because again he was unaware. The three of them was used to like, nah, this is what we do.
Right.
He was the only one that really was like, nah, I don't get busy with that. So I feel he didn't know what. I think he was just stunned by the moment.
Right.
I think he was stunned by the moment, so he didn't know what to say. Mm-hmm. And then it just caught him off guard. He like, yeah, we shouldn't use that. We shouldn't play around with that. So I don't know. I mean, again, it was another old video that resurfaced, and I just think, in general, we got websites you can create sonograms. We got people looking up old tweets. We got old videos that can just resurface. It's like the internet is a dangerous place, man. It's scary out here.
The sonogram joint is the business.
Man, listen.
For $20.
But if we good on this, I'll wrap up the show. Thank y'all for joining. As I always like to say to peoples, thank you, Crystal, Naya.
Absolutely.
This is, again, the first episode of Words Music Dance for 2019. And like I said, this year is all about class. So I need everybody to comment below, like it, share it, subscribe it. And the A is for 2021 vision. All right? And on that note, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the show, hit the like button. Share it. Tell your friends about it. Let them know what's going on. Also, hit subscribe and the bell to be notified when new content is loaded, because there's much, much more to come.